Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today we're going back to look at some Protocol cigars. My good friend Juan Council and the bunch. Never had a bad cigar from Juan. They're made by Eric Espinoza in the La Zona factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. But today we're looking at the Boom Cyber Crimes Unit. Now, I've never had many cigars with this color scheme, but I love it. Look at the lime green everywhere, even at the foot, this little ribbon. There's your density. Now, this actually is the fifth core line introduction, fifth cigar introduced to the core line, and the first since 2018. So they've had a little while there. They do a lot of house releases or limited to certain shop releases. Let's call it that, shop exclusives. 6.5 by 48 is the cyber crimes unit, paying homage to those who keep us safe on the internet and keep things from being stolen. All Nicaraguan, as you can expect. Nicaraguan Rosado Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler, and only available in this one size. Price point $10.50 per cigar, or $105 a 10-count box. So that really will do it. And again, love the color schemes on this one, Juan. Really, really do. Let's get right to it. The new Protocol Cyber Crimes Unit. All right, as Chief looks on in the background, let's get things moving. We got to remove this little ribbon, and my cigars have been here resting for a while, so it was very easy to remove. Now we're going to cut this cap. Good size, 6.5 by 48, box pressed, nice looking cigar. Very good draw. Very good.
Laser beam.
Well, your first flavors are a cedar, and almost like the flavor of a crab apple. Okay, I'm not grabbing at straws here. If you know what a crab apple tastes like, there's some brown sugar. It has good sweetness, but the thing I noticed about it, it has a lot of a very uh, earthy nutmeg with some light leather and a very earthy black coffee. And the black pepper is right in line with the other earthiness. It's not earthy, but it's very scratchy. It's a very rough black pepper at about 7.5 to 8, and you really get it in a blast right in that earthy nutmeg and the earthy black coffee. You get the sweet notes up front of the cedar, brown sugar, we'll say, and crab apple, we'll say, and then all of a sudden, bam, that blast of pepper and nutmeg and black coffee comes. It's really pretty good. It's very nice. That's how you start. So let's see what we have by the first third.
Laser beam.
First third. And the flavors are by and large just like they started. There has been some toning down of the nutmeg and massive black pepper combining with with the coffee and the light leather. It's all toned down to a very manageable state. There is still quite a bit of black pepper though. It's not as white as intense, but it's still up there, and it lingers very nicely. We'll get to that in a minute. But the front end flavors of the cedar and the crab apple, believe me, that's what it is. Uh, they're sweet. Crab apple is not a very sweet thing, so it helps tone it down. And the nutmeg now is very manageable. I want to check now. I will say this: I am a wee bit past the first third. Putting together the video as I do as I go, I'm just a wee bit past it, so don't hold that against me. Very little, if any, leather left, but the cigar is very nice. It's actually, I don't think it's quite as sweet as some of the protocols, but it is pretty sweet. Some of theirs are over the top, but then that's a good thing. I like that. But the first, the finish is a lot of nutmeg, and it has just a wee bit of sweetness, like of that crab apple and maybe a touch of brown sugar. Nice lingering black pepper. Medium bodied, sort of leaning toward medium to full already. Well, the first third I'd rate at 92. Very good. I want to see if there'll be some middle transitions. Maybe will, maybe won't, but let's just, how about this? Let's find out. Right here at the end of the second third. Band has to be removed. And there it is. Now we've gotten a lot more of I told you it was a lot of earthiness up front, and there's more now. There's quite a bit of elevated black coffee. The leather is a little more noticeable. The nutmeg is right there in the midst, noticeable. The sweeter notes have dipped a little bit because of the rise in those lower level notes. Really gives it a stronger or more powerful flavor. I would say it's medium to full body. The finish is now a lot of nutmeg and some nice lingering black pepper. Cigar did transition somewhat. It sort of got, darker and less sweet. I'm lowering it to 91, but it's still good. It's just made a transition, and let's just we'll have to see what the final third has. But the middle section is a transition section. I find it more and more times than not. But it did transition a little bit, so let's just see what we have in the final third. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Sweetness sort of bounced back. Now you still have a lot of black coffee and nutmeg, and now the leather is very noticeable, but the sweeter notes, brown sugar primarily, and cedar. The crab apple is really an afterthought at this point because you have brown sugar and cedar, and it's got nice sweetness. Medium to full. Finish is primarily nutmeg, but it has a little sweetness from, I guess, the brown sugar. And I'm saying I guess because it couldn't be anything else. It is a brown sugar sweetness. It's just quite light. A lot of lingering black pepper. But the cigar bounced back. close to what it was in the first third. I'm going to raise it back to 92 because for me, it's a 92 at this point. Good cigar. Good cigar. It's a little different for the protocols, the ones I've had. I think about all of them. But nice dark notes, low power, medium full, and very enjoyable. Nice addition to the lineup because it's different. So your overall score is 91.67. So it's not too bad. So there you have it. The new Protocol Cyber Crimes Unit. 91.67.